Oh, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whether to watch this. What are you doing, cat? My cat is being weird. We're playing Ogryn. We're playing the classic Ogryn build. Cleaver, Ripper Gun, Talons, Heavyweight, Smash 'em, Best Defense, Big Friendly Rock, Soften them up, Pumped Up, Indomitable Stomping Boots, Trample, Slam, Strike True, Batter, Bonebreaker's Aura, Get Stuck In, Bruiser, Attention Seeker, No Pushover, Frenzied Blows, Dominate, Heavy Hitter, with Unstoppable, just getting started, in Great Cleaver. That's the build. Let's get into a game, shall we? Alrighty, and we're in. So Fantastic Four is out, obviously. Or at least the early viewings are out. And the reviews I've seen are this so far. One, it's a good film. Two, it's very obviously edited by Kevin Feige because there's at least 20 to 40 minutes of this movie that are not in the movie, including some of the stuff in the trailers. So, general consensus, good film, not as good as Superman, which is a shame. A true shame, one might say. And also, another thing, number 3 is, this also was from Superman, is that test audiences need to be thrown into the sun. Because if you've seen some of the stuff they cut from the Superman movie because of test audiences, you'd be absolutely bewildered. Whoever they got being test audiences aren't true cinema heads. I'm going to say something, and it might sound controversial. There's a lot of fake cinema heads out there. I'm like 13, I'll say 42% a cinema head. I'll give myself a little credit because I do like watching some fucked up movies, but I also will never turn down a Nicolas Cage film. And fucked up by like fucked up weird, not like fucked up evil. Because like some people just can't. Like, if you refuse to accept that a superhero film can be a cinematic masterpiece, I don't think you're a true cinema head. Like, too many people like will be like hoity-toity about Martin Scorsese's like a big one, obviously. Being like, you know, him like shitting on the Marvel films, which is like, you know, obviously his personal opinion. But too many people just assume the default is like, oh, superhero movie equals not actual cinema or whatever. And like, not every movie is gonna be like cinema. Like, there's movies and then there's cinema, right? And like, just because your movie's like French and weird doesn't mean it's cinema, okay? Like, I've seen that movie where it's like this girl who becomes a prostitute to make money and she falls in love. I've seen that film. It's good. Would I say it's more cinematic than Superman? No. And I don't mean cinematic just by visual effect. I mean like content of the film as well. Like I remember watching this. I think it was a French film. It might have been Italian or something else. It was not English. All I know. This guy who was balding. There was like a lady that he fell in love with. I think she was like a hairdresser or something. And at the end, like, she throws herself in the river or something. It's been a while since I've seen the film. I still think Superman has more like artistic merit than that movie. Of course, that's not my personal opinion, but just because something's like fancy doesn't mean it's like more. Doesn't mean it's better, right? It's like Dubai chocolate or whatever. Although I could get into Dubai chocolate. Don't even get me started on that. But also, I do think that also, in sort of on the flip side of that, is that not many directors see superhero films as possibilities to be like true cinema. Like an example of a superhero film that's not Superman that I think is like truly a cinematic like wonder, like absolutely like beautiful film is and once again when I say cinematic I don't just mean like visual like cinematic effects or whatever. I mean, like, content of the film in terms of, like, the artistic, like, merit and all that stuff. The whole 9 yards of film. Robert Pattinson's The Batman is a really good movie. Okay? Joker is also a really good movie, although I don't think you could consider that really a superhero or supervillain movie or anything like that. It's like, that's more of a... I don't know what genre. I guess like it's more of like a thriller drama kind of vibe. And then I don't know if we talk about Joker 2. That one's, from what I've heard, that one's a bit rough. Like, the Joker's one of those films where, like, it's so good, but I don't think I can watch it more than once because of how, like, kind of rough it is to watch. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean like that in a bad way. I mean that in the best way possible. Like, there's some movies that are just kind of rough to watch. Like, again. And that's, like, part of the intent of, like, you know, the old catchphrase of, I don't want to see what I want to see, I want to see what someone wants to show me, right? Like, that's the ideal. And what they wanted to show you with the Joker was a sort of like guy who's mistreated by society, like, finally fucking snaps, right? Like, that's kind of like, obviously I think there's some different, the interpretation of the audience obviously matters a bit, because I think especially with the Joker, there's a bit of a separation of the artist's interpretation and the director's interpretation. I think they're slightly different as far as I know. Like, I think if I could be completely wrong, but I think the director wanted, like, people to not relate to the Joker so much, but, like, and also it's a story of how, like, society leaves people behind. So I think a lot of people can resonate with it without, like, I think some people did glorify the Joker, and that's always going to happen because some people are stupid. It's okay. But I think generally most audiences were like, yeah, probably shouldn't have shot that guy in the face, but, like, this guy snapped for, like, a completely, like, understandable reason. Not just because something is, you can think something's bad and then also be like, nah, I get it. I get, like, I think murder is bad, but I could think of, like, 20 reasons to kill someone, right? You know? Like, Matt Reeves, the Batman, super good. Honestly, I think the original Spider-Man films are with not Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. I always mix those two up. Are really good. I think Suicide Squad 2 is really, I don't know if I'd say it's like cinema in the way that I'm referring to it right now. It's a really good movie, though. There's probably a few more that I just can't remember the name of, or I'm not thinking of right now. Hello. Anyway, Mighty 9 is coming out on November. If you don't know what the Mighty 9 is, it is the second campaign of the Critical Role table. And they're obviously, Critical Role, Legends of Vox Machina, was a critically acclaimed success. Which is great, because, like, originally, apparently, like, from what they said, it was really supposed to be like a 2-3 episode, like, special, like, mini-series kind of thing. And then it blew up into a 5-season thing. I'm still on season 3, so I gotta finish watching it. But it's great. I'm really excited for the Mighty 9. I don't know much about the Mighty 9 campaign, because that's just a lot of campaign, right? So the highlights I have watched, I really like Bo, which is oh god, I feel really bad because now I'm blanking on their names. I really like Bo, who is Not, is it Laura? I'm gonna look it up. Hold on, I'm just gonna look up the Critical Role cast. Because I can see their face, but I can't put the name to the face, you know? Not Laura Bailey. It is not Ashley Johnson. Marisha Ray, of course, of course. Yeah, Marisha Ray's character is Bo. I'm a big fan of Laura Bailey's character, Jester. She's really, obviously, you know, I'm sure everyone has seen the powder of deliciousness on the cupcake with the witch lady. Very exciting. Ooh. Yeah. I'm very excited to see how the Mighty, because once again, I don't know much about the Mighty Nine, so I could probably like watch some Mighty Nine highlights though. There's probably like, in the same way that there's like the One Piece sort of like fan-made thing that like makes the pacing better, there's probably like a Critical Role equivalent that just kind of gets you all the important bits. Was there a sniper or have I lost it officially? Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Although I will say the one thing I do know about the Mighty Nine is that Knot is not originally a goblin. She got turned into a goblin. And I know that Liam O'Brien's character, whose name forgets me, is like incredibly German, potentially. So that's all I know. Because I saw some people joking around like, oh, in the campaign he's like, oh, I know a little German, and then it seems in the animated show he's like, knows a lot of German. I'm just put the med stim down. I'm not needing it. Let someone else who needs it take it. I was talking to my artist about Labubus. If you don't know what Labubus are, they're these little like, they're not plushes. There's like these little like dolls or whatever you want to call them, and like it's an ugly little hairy creature. And part of the appeal is that they're kind of ugly looking, but they're like mass produced, and the only difference between one or the other is like the fur color. And I was talking about it, I was like, you know, this is going to sound like really satanic panic, but there is something a little demonic about Labubus. In the same way that like Labubus, they put the same taste in my mouth as like Dubai does. So like if people are obsessed with Labubus, it's the same vibe of like Dubai. Like that's the taste I get in my mouth. That's sort of like just pure consumer, capitalistic, classist sort of like vibe that comes from it. And my artist said, shit, yeah, but like, isn't that kind of like weeaboo culture? Like with like statues and stuff. And I countered with, in a way, yes, I can see obviously, you know, anime has a big consumer part of it in terms of like figures and whatnot. And like obviously the manga books themselves. But there is I think there's a clear distinct difference in the two, in the sense that one is very much like people collect Labubus not because they actually like Labubu, they like the trend, right? They like the clicks of like, oh, I have this rare pink Labubu or whatever. Meanwhile, if I see someone who has 17 Hatsune Miku figures, I'm going to assume they love Hatsune Miku's music and are collecting not to just collect Miku figures, but collecting Miku figures because they love Miku. You know? Like there's an actual like joy being sort of siphoned from the figures rather than just like this sort of capitalistic anti-personality void that is being filled by this little fucked up thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of like the same thing of like once again, if you have a single, like 1 or 2 Labubus, I'm not really gonna give a shit. But like, as soon as you get like 3 or higher, I'm gonna start side-eyeing you. And if you have like 7 or more, I'm gonna start judging you. You know? Now you may be saying, oh, but like, what about, once again, what about people with all the anime figures? Yeah, but like, the anime figures are there for like a reason, right? They're there for like love of the game, like love of something, like some content or something that has been created, and not just purely for the trend of like, ha, I have 10,000. Like, no one's gonna, with how expensive anime figures are, no one's gonna just buy them to have them, generally. There's probably are some that do, but like, there's some expensive Miku figures out there, and the money I've spent on Miku figures was not just because it was an anime statue, it's because I love Miku, okay? And I want to get more of them. Kind of the same thing with Warhammer, right? Like, if you, like, Warhammer, very expensive hobby, right? But like, even if you void the tabletop from existence, you're buying the figure because you love the activity of putting it together, and then also the lore that is attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's an external joy being given to you, rather, that's more than just, I spend money on this thing. You know what I'm saying? Also, like, once again, as far as I know, there's no difference in Labubu from one or the other than just hair color. Like, a similar thing that I think a more apt comparison than like Weeaboo stuff would be like Squishmallows. But once again, at least Squishmallows, although like they have like collector value, but I don't mean in the sense of like Pokemon cards, but in the sense that at least there's like a fun use out of them, because obviously they're plushies, you can cuddle with them. But also at least there's like some visual difference between them, so you can be like, oh well, this, yeah, I had a grilled cheese one, and now I have the sushi one, right? I'm in a bad spot. Glad I'm not that guy. I'm hit by a net. I couldn't dodge in time. I'm probably gonna die at this rate, because there's fire and 2 maulers on me. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm good. Alright, we're good. Shout out to that stealth guy.
Objectives complete. Now all you need to do is survive.
Whew.
I'm sure you'll manage that.
Although then, you know, there's obviously consumerism with everything, but like, some very, you know, anyway, TLDR, Labubus are demonic, possessed by the laughing demon Pazuzu or whatever the fuck. This has been a topic-changing episode, that's for sure. Oh, I have heartburn. I've been lagging a lot in Darktide lately. I don't know why. I don't know if it's Darktide servers going to Labubu or if it's me. All important questions. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna be real, that was a bit of a fat finger on my end. Oh yeah, I finished my placements for in Overwatch Ranked. So, let me just say, I once was almost Masters, high Diamond 1 support. In fact, it's sort of a source of shame that I couldn't get Masters, but I digress. And then on my other roles, because I didn't really play them that much, I got like gold on tank, and then I didn't play DPS past placements because I'm not good at DPS, simple as. So, yeah. DPS, play silver. Tank, place gold 1, or not gold 1, silver 1, got the gold 5 in like 2 games. I placed platinum like 1 in support, which is kind of crazy because once again, I've not played this game in a long, long time. Get out of me. That's not gonna hit. Nice. Get me out of here. There's a lot of gunners. Give me the HE double hockey sticks out of here, gang. Well, rip. Rip that gang. Nice shit. Nice. Got a bullet club. Well, if you missed one of the video, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, or don't. I'm not your mother, but you better brush teeth. Have a good one. Bye-bye.